I do like an apple Jolly Rancher.
Thank you. Only thing that they don't have are Jolly Ranchers. Can we get some Jolly Ranchers? Preferably apple. Do you like apple Jolly Ranchers?
So ethnic.
What do you mean ethnic? I didn't say blackberry. I just said apple.
I mean, I do like an apple Jolly Rancher.
Thank you. So can we get some Jolly?
Do white people eat apple Jolly Ranchers?
What did you just say?
I honestly thought that was the black people flavor.
I'm sure everybody eats the apple. If anything, it's probably cherry that they think is the black people.
Right.
But no, you're not helping.
Young Junk! Welcome to the Micheaux Mission, 2 Men, 1 podcast, every black film ever made. My name is Vincent Williams, and I'm joined as always by my partner.
Hey, holla at your boy. This is Len, a.k.a. Len.
And tonight, we begin our yearly journey through the world of the supernatural, horror, and just, scary black flicks in BOO-tober.
BOO-tober.
And we will begin 2025's journey with Len's choice. 2025's The Angry Black Girl and Her Monster.
Yes.
A very loose retelling of Mary Shelley's classic novel Frankenstein here on the Micheaux Mission. But before we see if it's alive,
It's alive.
it's alive.
It's alive.
It's alive. How are you, Len? What's the word?
Alive.
All right.
How are you doing, Vince?
I'm all right. I'm good. You know, October.
Yes. Shout out to each and every one of you out there who are watching us in the chat as we stream live to YouTube from Young Junk, Philadelphia's premier video podcast, Palace. Hello, missionaries.
Good evening, one and all.
Once again, we begin our show with a heavy heart tonight as the world of Hollywood and animation is dealing with the loss of one Kimberly Hébert Gregory.
Yeah.
An American actress best known for her role in HBO's comedy series Vice Principals from 2016, but also a deeply regarded here on The Mission.
Yeah.
For voicing the character, the mother character of Nicole Williams in Craig of the Creek.
Craig of the Creek.
Which is a favorite here on the Micheaux Mission,
Yes,
especially of Vincent.
Yeah. I joke all the time. Craig of the Creek was the stealth blackest show on television.
Yes, it was.
In like 20 years about young Craig, who, as the title implies, has adventures in the creek near their house. But what you find out very quickly is that the show kind of includes his entire family.
Yeah.
His siblings, his parents, his grandparents, his cousins. And it is one of the greatest depictions of black family life I've ever seen on television.
Full stop.
And as you mentioned, Kimberly Gregory plays Nicole Williams, his mother.
Yes.
And she's fantastic.
She is absolutely fantastic.
Like she really is. You hear people say this periodically, like you think about Tracy Ellis Ross on Blackish, or the character Beth on This Is Us. But I very much include Nicole Williams in that pantheon of post Claire Huxtable mothers.
Yes.
And we watched Vice Principals, but I have to admit, when I found out she was the voice of Craig's mother, that was the real kick in the stomach for me.
Yeah. I didn't realize that. I knew that she had passed, and I knew that she was in Vice Principals, which I didn't see, but I know that you love Vice Principals.
Yeah. And she holds her own with Danny McBride and Walton Goggins. So that tells you.
And I can see that she could do that. But But when you told me that she was also the voice of Craig of the Creek, I mean, man, my heart dropped, man.
Yeah.
Because you introduced that to me. I fell in love with Craig of the Creek. You're right for its depiction of black family, black joy, black pride, and just being such a imaginative, smart show.
Yeah.
I remember when you had told me about the show, and I said, all right, I'll start watching it. I'm kind of liking it. And you said, wait a minute, man, because you're not ready. I'm letting you know. It goes Game of Thrones.
It is.
And I said,
it is an animated Game of Thrones.
I said,
almost.
It's Craig of the Creek.
I know.
This guy running out back of his house in a creek. I was like, okay, Vince. And man, I came back in within a couple of days, and I was like, yo, dog, this joint is insane.
Look,
the mythology of Craig of the Creek is insane.
I think the modern the modern cartoons that we talk about, you know, Adventure Time, Steven Universe, you know, I think it's right up there with it.
Oh,
as
easily.
you said, just that expansive mythology.
Easily.
That doesn't seem like it would be, and yet somehow it is.
I'll give you one better. Because the world of animation kneels at the altar of Steven Universe.
Yeah.
They do, right? Steven Universe was a very good show.
I'm a huge Steven Universe fan.
I am too. However, to me, there was a point in which Steven Universe began to, what's the word? Insist upon itself?
Insist upon itself, or perhaps crawl up its own ass.
Oh, crawl deep up its own ass.
Yeah.
Craig of the Creek never did that.
Yeah.
I would say, for my money, Craig of the Creek is a better show than Steven Universe.
Ooh, hot take.
I believe it sustains its mission from the beginning to the end.
Interesting.
It's a fun show. It's a funny show. It's got a mythology. It's got an overarching story that it's telling over its seasons. But that overarching story never gets in the way of you having fun. Never gets in the way of the characters actually developing. All of the characters, you talk about his family, they develop. Talk about his friends, all of them develop. Some of the side characters, they develop. And it at the end of Craig of the Creek, which basically is Craig of the Creek the movie, it ends and you feel 100% fulfilled. All the I's are dotted, T's are crossed. It was still as funny and as fun as it began. I think Craig of the Creek is better than Steven Universe.
Interesting. That's not a bad argument. That's not a bad, because I do think Adventure Time kind of wanders off by itself. And I do think Steven Universe nails the landing, but I do think Steven Universe...
It took a while.
And it becomes almost a different show.
It is a different show. It's damn near a drama by the end.
I do think the consistency of Craig of the Creek, that's a really interesting argument. I guess I have no choice but to rewatch Steven Universe and Craig of the Creek from beginning to end and take copious notes on both of them. There will be charts and Post-its and highlighters involved.
Dual whiteboards?
Whiteboards.
No, you've got other business to do. You got a whole lot of other secret Micheaux mission business to do.
Like I can have two whiteboards on opposite sides of the room.
No. You got other work to do.
Get like the Sharpies in different colors.
No,
Sharpies.
We've already got you Sharpies on the other project.
Sharpies.
No.
Okay. All right.
No dry erase markers. Nothing.
Right. Post-its.
No, post these.
But yeah, it's a real loss.
Real loss.
Yeah. So rest in peace.
Rest in peace, Kimberly Gregory. I had a question for you, real quick, before we get into the show.
Okay.
Listen, both you and I went to a movie screening last night.
We did.
We went to see Tron Ares.
We did.
And I think the embargo is off. That we
the reviews are coming out. Yeah,
we can say what we think about the movie. In one word, what's your one word review for Tron Ares?
Wrong-headed.
Okay, my one word review for Tron Ares is dumb.
Okay.
And maybe that sounds reductive, but I just feel like it really was a dumb movie. Okay. However, that being said,
I mean, should we expand on that a little bit? Or?
No, it's not worth it.
I mean, look, because I think that as we talk, look, if you're a Tron person,
why?
Quite honestly,
but who's a Tron person?
Hey, nerd shall not judge nerd.
Okay.
Except furries. They should probably be on a list somewhere. But besides that, nerd should not judge nerd. I think if you are a Tron person, you will be disappointed because I think Tron people, as we were discussing before the camera started, like Tron is really vibes, like the aesthetic, like the
it's
Tron
all about the aesthetic.
is
all it's about.
Is iconic.
Yes,
and I was amazingly disappointed with how little of that aesthetic there was. And unlike other properties, I always felt like Tron was more sizzle than steak.
Yes.
Like, for instance, Alien Earth, which was just on, didn't have a lot of the xenomorph for it to be an alien show, but there are so many aspects to the alien mythology, you know, the nature of humanity, corporate warfare, what defines a person. Predatory nature of the other.
Yeah, there's other questions.
Even without the xenomorph there, it felt like an alien show because there's still so many of those themes that were present. I never really got that there were a lot of themes in Tron.
There's not.
It was just vibes.
It never was.
And Tron Legacy, the first sequel, was all vibes. So it worked. They just didn't spend as much time with the aesthetic, so it just felt almost I didn't understand what the point was
because it was dumb,
which then lands on what's your question?
But my question about this is, and you're talking about like Tron as this property, right?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
But Tron Legacy was the first sequel to Tron.
Yes.
Right. And Tron, the original Tron, is from the 80s.
Yes.
Early 80s.
Oh, yeah.
Right? And it was mind-blowing at the time.
Right.
But it was all about the look.
Yeah.
My question to you, as they try to build this up into a thing, into this franchise of Tron.
Right.
And I think they have screwed the pooch with this.
Right. I'm curious to see how well it does. The reviews have been tepid.
Right.
Yeah.
Is there another property out there that maybe it is time to let go and stop trying to build up these franchises? You talked about Alien Earth, right?
Yeah.
Now, I'll be honest. I'm not a hardcore Alien guy. I like the first three. And I think I've seen Prometheus and bits of other ones.
Those kind of,
But so they weren't necessarily for me, but I recognize what they're doing by expanding their look at that universe.
Right.
You know, asking other questions and dealing with other subjects in that universe, and are making it work more or less.
Right.
Right. So if people are good, and the people that are alien people, because they are alien people, we all know that. You're one of them.
I'm one of them.
They are very pleased for the most part with where they're going.
Absolutely.
With what they're doing.
Yeah.
Right? So God bless them. They're rocking on. Predator. In my mind, aren't they kind of like redoing the same movie all the time? And yet they have found a way to reboot Predator now.
Yeah. Yeah.
They're saying something.
Yeah.
They're saying something about their universe.
Yeah,
and it seems to be working.
Yeah.
Predator Badlands looks like it might actually stand a chance of being a great, or at least a very good film.
Right. And as we've said, the best Predator movie was made less than 5 years ago.
That was Prey.
So obviously, it's right.
They figured out something like that. But there are other properties, and I'm gonna, and part of this question came up because we are in BOO-tober.
Sure.
And in horror movies, there are tons of properties that they just can't let go of.
Right.
Right. You know, this whole Conjuring universe is still ongoing, but
Sure.
people seem to like it. It's making money.
Sure, look.
You know?
God bless them.
But I think they finally have let go of Nightmare on Elm Street. They finally have let go of Friday the 13th.
Okay.
Even though they've tried to reboot both of them. But I'm wondering if there's other properties, and it doesn't necessarily have to just be in sci-fi or in horror, that people maybe need to let go of. I will give you one.
Okay.
That I know they're going to do another movie. But if it were me, I would maybe stick with TV.
And that would be?
Or call it a day. Star Wars.
Yeah. See, this is, you know, I don't really like to talk about Star Wars that much because people get very, like, I can say that about Tron, that it's all sizzle, no steak, because, you know, I can probably deal with the Tron people, but the Star Wars people.
Yeah, they go hard.
I never really thought there was that much foundation in Star Wars. And I will say this about Star Wars, the same thing I would have said about Predator before a couple of years ago and Alien a couple of years ago. Before Andor, and, you know, the first couple of seasons of The Mandalorian. Apparently you can work with it. So I think Star Wars might still have some gas in the tank.
And that's why I was going to say that maybe.
But not just on television.
The reason why I say keep it to television is because that is where it seems to be working.
Right.
With that longer form storytelling.
But is it working on television or is it working because of the creators?
Well, yes, it's working because of the creators.
Right.
But those creators are working in a longer form storytelling.
Yeah.
Right.
I would say that more about Star Trek. Like, if they never make another Star Trek movie, I'd be happy.
I was going to say that too.
Yeah.
But I can't say that Star Trek as a franchise is not thriving, because Star Trek as a franchise has returned to its original form, which is television.
Okay. Now, I'll tell you a franchise that I think we should just, we're just finished with it. And not only should we be finished with it, but we should discount everything that happened after the first two. And that's Terminator.
Well, they keep trying to reboot back to the second one.
I think everything after T2 has been a waste of time.
Yeah, they just need to call it a day.
Right.
Just call it a day.
Like, we made two great movies. Let's take those resources and do something else with them.
And you are 100%
Yeah,
right.
that's my one.
Yeah.
That I'm like, we're done with that.
Well, my other one is the Rocky Creed series. I don't think we need to return to that world.
I mean, I feel like we're done. Like, I'm hoping Michael B. Jordan is finished with this character.
I hope so too.
Yeah, so you know,
I hope so too. So.
Like, the fact that the fact that Rocky went as long as it did, I think is a miracle.
Right?
Yeah. So.
Yeah, me too. All right.
All right.
So I just had that question I wanted to run by you. Thank you for indulging me, my friend.
Sure.
All right, let's hear from you, missionaries, or your emails, as we like to call them.
Missives from the missionaries. Stuff out of my pocket.
All right, Vince, we got a email from Michael Lockett.
Hey, what's up, Michael?
Len, Vincent, my fellow missionaries, it is with great pride that the award for prestigious documentary critique for September of 2025 goes to none other than the often imitated, never duplicated, test them and get faded, the Micheaux mission.
All right.
Oh, I like that.
I like that as well.
With the addition of last week's Who Streets guest, Ben Passmore, who had a great time, I want to pass on to the missionaries.
I'm glad.
Len and Vincent once again came strong. Whose Street was a film I didn't even know existed. I'm happy as a husky child whose black best friend is Willy Wonka. Whose Street is the story that, oh boy, that needs to be seen because it shows the truth of what people knew about Ferguson.
Mm-hmm.
I am thrilled that the filmmakers had the foresight to pivot and make this instead of their respective original projects. This one is straight bop. The Wayback Machine unceremoniously booted my ass back in the day with you two as you critique Jumpin' Jack Flash.
Jumpin' Jack Flash.
Outside of this film, reminding me that the song Jumpin' Jack Flash is in my top 5 Rolling Stones songs.
Okay.
None of us got much else. I don't have top 5 Rolling Stones songs.
I don't like the Rolling Stones.
Well, then neither do you. Mm-hmm. Commandant Webb, mm-hmm. I appreciate you giving us the backstory on how this project ended up with Whoopi and Penny Marshall. One thing Hollywood is good at is giving back. One thing Hollywood is good at is giving black people and women projects with a bottom line of making a silk purse out of a sow's ear without a sewing machine, thread, rivets, silkworms, and no money. With all the talent stacked up in this movie, it still didn't deliver. Commandant Williams, thank you for pointing out the desexualization of Whoopi in this case, but more often than not, the vast majority of black people are portrayed in films with a predominantly white cast. Films like this really make me appreciate the films where we are treated equitably in all aspects of the process. I bet that if Kenya Barris and Tracy Oliver got their hands on this script and then handed it to Malcolm D. Lee, it could be something special for a young black actor in the lead role, maybe Quinta Brunson or Janelle James. Well, Janelle James is good too. Since I kind of threw Jumpin' Jack Flash into a fully formed black remake box, what modern artist or group would you pick to reimagine the title song? I instantly go to 3 distinctly different places. John Batiste for a soulful bluesy take, or Ray, who is very reminiscent of a young Rihanna. All the best, Michael Lockett. Who would you tap to do a remake of Jumpin' Jack Flash?
Janelle Monáe.
Oh, that's a good pull. Mm-hmm. That's a good pull.
In my defense, I'm still sitting over here, and I didn't realize until this exact second that I want a Jumpin' Jack Flash remake starring Janelle James.
The movie. Yeah, right?
That would be amazing.
That would absolutely be amazing. And you could do it. It doesn't even have to be called Jumpin' Jack Flash. It could be just like you tweak it. But
you can take that exact same movie.
You can take that, yeah.
And stick her right in.
Mm-hmm.
Because she's funny. She does physical humor. She's sexy in a way that they wouldn't let Whoopi be.
Yeah.
Yeah, that would be fantastic.
That would be really good.
Yeah. So I was just keeping it Janelle.
Okay, so Janelle James and then Janelle Monáe on the remake. You know what? I'm just going to co-sign on that. Yeah. I like that. I like that. Sure, I can't do any better than that. Appreciate that. That's cool. All right.
I'll be connecting things.
Aw.
It's a weird.
Oh, wow. It's what you do.
Right.
All right. Well, that is our emails.
All right.
That is it. Quick, fast, and in a hurry. I like that.
Thank you, Michael.
Thank you, Michael. And thank each and every one of you. And hey, if you want to have your thoughts shared here on the Micheaux Mission, you can email us at micheauxmission@gmail.com. That's MICHEAUX, MISSION@gmail.com. I did have one little other post I wanted to mention. In our review of Beats, Rhymes, and Life, we had asked about Ali Shaheed, and friend of the show, Randy, a.k.a. Arson, the Voice of Reason, let it be known in a YouTube comment that he has actually met Ali Shaheed, you know, in his role as a traveling rapper with Gangsta Grass.
Sure.
And he said that Ali Shaheed is indeed a very humble brother.
Okay.
And also one of the nicest persons that he ever met in show.
I've never heard a bad word about him, so that tracks.
So that's really dope.
Good to hear.
Very nice. Very nice.
Shout out to Randy.
Shout out to Randy. And shout out to everyone. We invite you to become a patron of the Micheaux Mission. For just $5, you can help support the show because studio time doesn't come cheap. Watching films doesn't come cheap. When we go on the road for different things, it doesn't come cheap. But for $5, you can help the show and gain access to exclusive content like our binge lounge, which we have up there right now, where Vincent gives his thoughts on Jordan Peele's Him. And these are thoughts you definitely want to hear. We have Serial Killers, Vincent and I talking about comics and cartoons of the past. We are in the middle of our review of the 1977 lineup of Saturday morning cartoons.
A bizarre lineup.
Yes, it is about to get more bizarre because we got a part 2 to do. Yeah. And then you also have Len's Secret Movie Podcast, which I do with my good friend Ariel Johnson. We are about to record, actually, this coming Sunday, we're recording our second episode. So up there, we have a review of Magic Mike XXL. And next week, we are reviewing They Live.
Nice. One of my favorite movies from the 80s, too.
It's a
good joint.
Definitive cult classic.
So give us 5 on the black hand side.
There you go. Patreon.com. Search for the Micheaux Mission. All right. Now it is time for the Game of Kings.
The Game of Kings.
6 Degrees of D'Urville Martin.
All right.
Six Degrees of D'Urville Martin, where I give Vincent 2 actors and he has 6 films or less to connect them to D'Urville Martin, superstar of the 70s.
Oh, yeah.
Vincent, we're going to keep this in theme.
Okay.
We are reviewing The Angry Black Girl and Her Monsters tonight. So in theme, I have 2 actors who have played monsters in films.
Okay.
All right.
Okay.
Starting with number 1, in 6 films or less, connect D'Urville Martin. 2, Doug Jones.
Doug Jones. He has actually played a couple of monsters.
He has.
Yeah. We're moving right along tonight, so let's just gotta get right to him. Cause how did I just forget?
Now, I will say I actually mapped out a way to Doug Jones, so I'm curious to see if you matched mine.
No. I just forgot the main guy's name because D'Urville Martin is in 5 on the Black Hand Side with Dick Anthony Williams, who's in Mo Better Blues with Wesley Snipes. Wesley Snipes is in Blade 2 with
You're going where I thought you were going. Ron Perlman.
Ron Perlman, the great Ron Perlman, who is good in Blade, but he's great in Hellboy with Doug Jones.
Very good.
Who plays Abe Sapien.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. You landed exactly where I was going.
One of my favorite series of all time. Speaking of franchises, Hellboy is one of my favorite series of all time.
The comic book.
And per our conversation, I think the worst mistake that they made with Hellboy was making movies. It should have been a television show.
Yes, absolutely.
Because Hellboy could run forever.
Well, the problem is that at that time, I don't think the television landscape was built for it. Well, I guess it would have been a cable series.
Yeah.
You know, like, because now it would definitely be a streaming series.
Oh my goodness! It's like the second season of Interview with the Vampire just dropped on Netflix.
That? Okay, is that an AMC show?
Yeah, it's and I'm catching up with it. But the just the structure of it would lend itself to Hellboy, where Interview with the Vampire, you're dealing with vampires who depending on which one you're dealing with, have been alive for like 1,000 years.
Right.
So you can bounce around. And, the fantastic thing about Hellboy is that he came to Earth in World War II. Mm-hmm. And you set it in present time, and that gives you 100 years.
Yeah, a backstory
of Hellboy stuff to do. And Mike Mignola is like the series has been running since the 90s. And like the main series ended, maybe 10 years ago at this point. But then you realize, like, he's had a series for like 10, 15 years that has just been like Hellboy's adventures in the 70s and 80s. Mm. So, yeah, I love Hellboy. And Doug Jones is good in it, too.
Oh,
he's really good in it.
He's excellent in it. Excellent in it.
Yeah, okay.
All right.
Yeah.
Very good. And you landed exactly, that's the route that I took in my mind.
Yeah.
Getting to Blade 2 for Ron Perlman.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. All right. So very good. All right, Vincent. Mm-hmm. Next, in 6 movies or less, connect Derville Martin to Linda Blair.
Oh, Linda Blair.
I didn't know that she tickled you so.
Look, man, it was a terrible confluence of events that happened where it's like Rosemary's Baby, the Amityville Horror, and The Exorcist with Linda Blair. Mm-hmm. You had there were these 3 films that were very, very good. Mm-hmm. Very, very scary. Mm-hmm. And I was way too young to watch them.
You're right.
So that
you missed one.
What?
The Omen.
The Omen. Yeah, you're right. Same thing. Mm-hmm. Same thing. You know, The Omen is like the slick Rosemary's Baby.
Yep. But
like these 4 films is like, why in the world was I even watching them?
I know.
But they're so good.
I know.
Yeah. I got jammed up with this before, and I figured out a shorter way to get to this because Rosemary's Baby. I mean, The Exorcist gives me an opportunity to talk about Flash Gordon. So,
no.
So Derville Martin is in The Final Come Down with Billy D. Williams. Mm-hmm. Billy D. Williams is in Batman with Michael Keaton. Michael Keaton is in The Other Guys with Marky Mark.
Oh, is he?
Yeah, remember he's their police captain.
Oh, that's right.
Who always talks in TLC quotes.
That's right.
Marky Mark is in Ted with Sam Jones. Sam Jones is in Flash Gordon with Max von Sydow, who of course plays the poor priest in The Exorcist with Linda Blair.
Very good.
Yeah, The Exorcist, man.
Yeah, The Exorcist is not...
Exorcist, man. Mm-mm. It's so good, though.
No, it is good.
How many times have you seen it?
I've probably seen it about 3 or 4 times.
Woo! Because I went back 3 or 4 times.
Because remember, recently, the last few years, they put out the version with like deleted scenes and renewed special effects.
Where she was doing the crab walk down the steps in a commercial.
Dude.
That commercial scared me so much. I would turn the channel from the commercial.
So you haven't seen it since?
Oh, I haven't. The version with her crab walking down the steps, I've never seen that version. I said, oh, this is some bullshit right here.
No, you're right. Because the crab walk is bad enough.
There's more?
There's more. Because what else there is in there is her face just like subliminally, like just flashes.
Yeah, see.
Like everyone.
So they added some more devil effects.
That Jordan's like, you're like, yo. It's just not ready, dog.
Yeah, I watched it once when I was way too young, probably with my dad. Like, this is 100%. I was with my dad and my mom told me to go to bed. And my dad said, leave that boy alone. He ain't bothering nobody. And then I was like, yeah, I'm up with dad. And then about 20 minutes into it, I was like, I really want to go to bed, but I can't be no punk. I got to stay out here with dad. And then I'll watch it again when I was like 16, 17. And I was like, oh, well, I mean, and I watched it again. I was like, yeah, I'm never watching that again. It was really, really good, but I'm too old to be sleeping with the lights on. And
I've shared the story here with how I was hanging out with a buddy of mine who had 2 sons, and I had my daughter.
Speaking of Blade.
she was 4 years old, and his sons were like maybe about 2-3 years older than her. Mm-hmm. And we all went to see Blade too.
Yeah.
And Olivia was sitting up front with her 2 sons and eating popcorns, seemed to be enjoying herself, having a great time. We hung out the rest of the day, was fine. Mm-hmm. Cut to, it's time for her to go to bed. I lay her in her room, read, turn off the lights. I go in my room. I'm sitting in there, and the next thing I know, I see the shadow in my doorway, and it is Olivia with her blanket in hand, bawling her eyes out. And she's like, I'm scared. I was like, come, baby. Mm-hmm. Come, baby. She was scared of Blade, man.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Dads. Taking kids to inappropriate movies for decades.
Since 1941.
Right. Hanging with dad. Hanging with dad. It's a little different when it's just you and dad.
Hey, he's going with me to the movie. What y'all going to see? Hang 'em high.
Right. Yeah. But
it's a movie about the Cowboys. What's it called? Debbie Does Dallas.
Right. It's American history.
We'll be back.
Yeah. But yeah, The Exorcist is really good.
Oh, really good. Real quick, I saw in the chat, and the name has flashed by me. I'm sorry, but we were talking about franchises. Mm-hmm. And I saw somebody keeping for Jurassic Park as a franchise.
That's another one.
Definitely going on too long. It should have been done
after the first movie.
Right.
After the first movie.
Maybe you get away with the second one.
How? Who's going back?
Well, Jeff Goldblum, he went back.
You're right.
I didn't mind the second one.
What are we doing here?
I didn't mind the second one.
And and I have to say, I've always thought those sequels to technology goes wrong and then they do it again was stupid to me. Like, I can't believe how stupid people are. But as I watch every day the conversations that we're having about AI, and I just saw a story over the weekend where they have these drones that they're training the AI. And every day I'm like, am I the only one that saw Terminator? Like, maybe I'm the only one that saw Terminator. Was it a small indie film?
First of all, you don't even have to just seen Terminator. I'm sure there are episodes of The Twilight Zone that talk about technology going bad.
Right.
There was one. Remember there was one about the computer?
I mean, I'm sure it was.
And the computer didn't want to be turned off. She's like, no, you ain't turning me off. Get the hell out of here.
But you know what covered it quite extensively? Terminator.
Okay. Fair.
Like, there's a whole bit about Skynet and the AI. Like, there's a whole bit.
Yes. There is. Yes.
Maybe people haven't seen Terminator.
I'm sure people have.
So maybe you go to Jurassic Park and
maybe they're waiting for Arnold.
The dinosaurs get out, eat up everybody, and let's go back.
I got another franchise for you.
Okay.
Transformers.
Well, I never thought they should have. I've not for one moment did I think that the Michael Bay Transformers was a good idea.
I didn't mind the idea. It's technology.
When they announced it, I said, this is a terrible idea.
The idea or that it was Michael Bay?
I think the Transformers as a concept is exactly what it is. A commercial disguised as an intellectual property.
Yes, of course.
So it needs to be a cartoon for children.
I could see it as I didn't. I don't mind the idea of it as a movie. I didn't mind that. Did they get progressively dumb and they should be over and done with it? Stop trying to reboot it? Yes.
Was the first one great?
It wasn't great, but I got the spectacle of it. I understood the spectacle of it. I mean, you could say the same thing about Godzilla. They keep returning to the well with Godzilla.
Yeah, but see, Godzilla taps into the id and existential horror of an entire country in the horror of atomic warfare.
No, I understand.
Transformers is because Ronald Reagan deregulated everything, and they said you're now allowed to sell toys to kids on television shows. Like that's you actually talking about apples in sneakers.
Well, I'm talking about the spectacle of it. Honestly.
Okay,
and I'm not. And don't get me wrong. I am not knocking Godzilla. I love myself some Godzilla.
But see, even the whole thing about the Transformers only makes sense when you realize they keep adding stuff to sell more toys. Like they come to Earth.
Well, yes,
now they're disguised as cars and planes, and now they're going to be disguised as dinosaurs. Like that doesn't make sense until you realize they're trying to sell toys to little boys.
No, I
then it's like, okay, well, which is why it should be a cartoon.
Okay, well, I understood the idea of doing it as movies. I didn't have a problem with them doing it as movies, but the movies weren't that great, and I think they should dead them.
Yeah, just no more. Okay.
No more.
Okay, I agree.
That's all. Thank you.
I would have said that at the very beginning. We saw Michael Bay to do a Transformers movie. You know what? I don't think we should do any more Transformers movies. We haven't done any yet. Well, G.I. Joe never really worked as a movie franchise, but I have the exact same
argument for G.I.
Right.
Fair enough. But hey, they made Barbie work. Should they do a Barbie 2?
No.
My thoughts exactly.
I think Barbie is very much a done in one.
I think so too.
Yeah.
I think so as well. Very, very good. And they shouldn't, well, there you go.
And did they make a Barbie movie or did they make a movie about Barbie? So it's like the Lego movie. It's a movie about it, not,
But they did do a Lego movie too.
And I don't think they should have.
I agree.
Yeah, even though I thought it worked more than it should have, it was still diminishing returns.
I'll tell you another franchise that they should stop.
Okay.
But another one's coming out. It's Toy Story.
Yeah, but you can't, That's a juggernaut. What? That's like trying to stop. That's like trying to stop.
They're just waiting for the one to fail.
Yeah, I don't think it's going to fail.
Well, I don't think 4 did okay.
Look.
But I don't think 4 did the numbers that they thought it was going to.
Toy Story and Cars, they going to make them from now on.
Well, they've stopped making Cars.
Have they?
There haven't been any more Cars. It's been 3, that's it.
Can tell you, I've never actually watched Cars.
I had to watch 1, but I haven't seen any other since that.
Yeah, but Toy Story, I think, is just...
And Cars is kind of like moved over to television.
Right, it's like Toy Story and Shrek. They're like forever.
Shrek isn't forever, like even though they're bringing back Shrek. Shrek thought they were done, but they're doing Shrek again. And I think they're doing Shrek again because Mike Myers can't sell anything else.
Right. I just assumed he needed like a third castle.
Whatever. I don't know. He's got mortgages on his castles. All right, that's it. That's it. That's all. Toy Story 4 grossed. That did $1 billion.
Yeah, I hear you talking about Toy Story. Is like I thought maybe you were thinking about something else.
I didn't know that Toy Story 4 did $1 billion.
Dude,
I knew 3 and 2. I mean, I knew the other ones did.
Toy Story is
wow.
It really is. Toy Story and Shrek are just
$1 billion.
They are inevitable.
Okay, there's the difference. They're saying that it did 640 international, which is great.
I mean, that money spends.
Yeah, but
what? What's the but?
The but is that means that it did only 300 domestic.
Yes, and it did 600.
I'm sure they would love for that number to be bigger domestically.
Why? Does that money not spend? Is that different money?
No, it's
like
not,
I know you go to Europe and they give you that monopoly money, but
it's not the monopoly money.
But
I'm talking about their currency.
But that money spends over there, and you go to that man in the booth, and they hand you some American currency.
All right. I mean, look, I didn't know that it made $1 billion. And I'm going by knowing that it didn't do as well as they wanted domestically.
Right,
but,
right.
But $1 billion, hey,
right.
Can't knock $1 billion.
Right.
And thus Toy Story 5 is happening.
Right.
And Shrek, whatever.
Right.
All right.
I hate it when it rains, but dog, it's gonna rain. That's the weather. That's the weather. You can't stop the weather.
Thank you, Vicious Marshmallow, for that update. All right, let's get into our review of The Angry Black Girl and Her Monster.
The Angry Black Girl and Her Monster, a 2023 science fiction / horror film, is about Vicaria, a brilliant teenager who believes death is a disease that can be cured. And after the brutal murder of her brother, she embarks on a dangerous journey to bring him back to life. This loose retelling of Mary Shelley's novel Frankenstein was written and directed by Bomani J. Story and stars Lea DeLeon Hayes, Denzel Whitaker, and for fans of The Wire, Chad Coleman. This was the choice of Lynn Webb as we begin our yearly foray into the horror and supernatural here on the Micheaux Mission. Lynn, what do you have to say about The Angry Black Girl and Her Monster?
I got a few things to say about this film. First of all, I went into this knowing nothing about the film. I kind of heard it tangentially. I think I may have even heard it on the Ghouls Next Door podcast.
Yeah, I mean, it had a little buzz.
Yeah, it had a little bit of buzz. But went into it knowing that it was kind of like tweaking with Frankenstein, but thinking that because of the whole angry black girl part of it, and seeing that the girl was going to be like a younger person, thinking that it's probably going to have like a little bit of a quirky tone to it, right? So when this movie opens and there is a very, very haunting scene of the black girl, our title character, and I just want to get her name.
Vicaria,
right. Vicaria. A haunting scene of her relating the loss of her mother to gun violence. And the depiction of that violence in like kind of like the sepia tones, slow motion, very artistically violent, but without showing directly the violence. You're seeing the result of the violence, and even then is only in flashes. And that scenery, that scene being very effective in setting you up for what the role of gun violence in Vicaria's life, and the toll that it takes on her family, because soon after she loses her brother to gun violence. You know, her mother's, catching a stray bullet is what ignites anger in her brother that turns him into, away from, more of an idyllic life into the streets, into the gangs. And then he falls victim to gun violence. Her father, the Chad Coleman character, falls into depression and back into addiction. And it is all because of what the violence of their neighborhood,
right,
of this urban setting, has done to this family. And throughout it all, Vicaria, in a love of science, a respect for education, I think turns to the study of death as a symptom and tries to find a way to deal with death as, I think I can find the answer to death.
Right.
Right. The other side of it.
Right. I can cure it.
I can cure death because it's nothing but a symptom. It's something to be cured. And that becomes her mission. And you can see in the way that she lives her life, because she's smiling, she's effervescent about the science of this. She knows her stuff. It's because this has given her purpose. This has given her a reason to wake up in the morning, a direction in her steps, intention in her goal. And that is where she is devoting all of her energy to evoke joy out of solving this riddle. And the tweak that imparts on the whole Frankenstein, mystique that this plays around with. In Frankenstein and Mary Shelley, and I didn't read the book, so I'm just going on Boris Karloff.
I was about to say,
and all of the remakes and sundry remakes after that, is that it has always struck me as that is a story about man trying to be God.
Yes.
Trying to create life. Mm-hmm. And in their creation of life, having absolutely no regard for life itself. Mm-hmm. Whether it be the life of the people in their lives, mm-hmm. or the life of the people who they are desecrating in creating this figure, the monster.
Right.
The flip side of this is Vicaria having absolutely, it's different. She's not trying to play God. She is trying to fill a hole in her heart, mm-hmm. fill a hole in her family's heart, trying to reignite her family by trying to bring her brother back to life.
Right. She
was unable, she was too young to do this for her mother. She feels that she can do it for her brother. And she wants to bring him back to life because she feels that it was unfair that he was taken from her. That is solely her mission. And in that purpose, that is giving her life.
Right.
And she wants to share that life, bring her brother back to life. And she is also trying to share her joy of life and her concept of life with people around her. There's a little girl that follows her around that looks at her as almost like a role model. Mm-hmm. And she's trying to give her focus on your education, learn, you can be everything that you want to be. She's helping another girl, get good grades in her school. She is smarter than her teachers, and she knows it, and mm-hmm. she's being a little flippant about it, but she knows it, and she's not being disrespectful. She just has a mission, and in that whole part of this movie, I was there for.
Okay,
I was 100% there for. I loved it. I loved the to have all of this lay on the shoulder of Layla DeLeon Hayes. Mm-hmm. She murders it. Mm-hmm. She absolutely carries this film and expertly on her shoulders. And then this film does something that I didn't expect. One, let me cut to real quick, Chad Coleman's character, who is dealing with addiction, is dealing with the loss of his wife, dealing with the loss of his son. He's a bigger man.
Yeah.
So you can imagine imagine the demons that he's reconciling with, not being able to save his wife, not being able to keep his son off the streets. Falls into addiction, and now how much is he really there for his daughter? Because now it's just his daughter. His daughter basically has to tuck him in every night. But when she gets in trouble in school, he shows up in that school, and he is daddy on the spot.
Oh, yeah.
Because I'm dealing with my demons, but I know what my daughter is. Right. And I know what she is not.
Right.
And you are not going to, Miss Teacher, are not going to tell me what my daughter isn't.
Right.
And that is a good student. And she is going to be here. She's going to be a good student. And all this other stuff, that's all BS. I don't got time for that. Fantastic scene. Absolutely fantastic scene. But where this movie takes a bit of a twist, her brother who died got involved with the gang, the local gang in this housing project where she lives.
Yeah.
And if they ever say the city, I don't believe it. They do.
Yeah, I don't think they do.
But it's definitely an urban setting.
Yeah.
Kind of like reminiscent of The Wire a little. Mm-hmm. And you see Vicaria has some run-ins with the gang there, the dealers, and they are a gang. I think they're Bloods because they got like red handkerchiefs. But over the course of the film, and I don't want to give this away because I don't want to spoil this movie because I think this is a movie that people should check out. Mm-hmm. The antagonist of the film,
yes,
all of a sudden is her sidekick.
Yeah, Kango.
Kango is her sidekick in this movie.
Kango.
And when it makes that turn, it's earned.
Yeah.
It's 100% earned. It doesn't feel false. Mm-hmm. It doesn't feel like it's trying to become something that it's not. And it actually ignites the ending of the film because it gets into a little bit of a stop and repeat of beats a little bit in the middle, but it kind of like gives some energy towards the end of this film.
Yeah.
And I was like, yo, okay. Mm-hmm. I didn't see that coming. Mm-hmm. I didn't see, which then offers a commentary on Vicaria and her viewpoint on life as well versus Kango's viewpoint on life and what they both feel like they need to do to get through life.
Right.
And they're not as far apart as they thought they were.
Yeah, yeah.
And I at the end of the day was like, wow, this movie really sold me. And not that I wasn't enjoying the film, but I thought it was one of those films that once you kind of like see how things are going, you think you can kind of like write the ending and see where this is going. And I didn't. Did it land where I kind of thought it would? Yeah. But the route there, I didn't see it getting there at all. Ultimately, it lands there. But the route taken, I didn't see at all.
Okay.
And considering that a lot of these actors outside of Chad Coleman are like very like first time or very like independent actors on this. Bomani J. Story directed this film. This was a fun movie. Yeah. I really enjoyed it.
Yeah. I liked a lot of this movie. And a lot of what I liked is apparently what you liked. I thought this cast was great. Mm-hmm. Thought it was a great cast. I thought as the person who shouldered the bulk of the film that Lea DeLeon Hayes is a wonderful young actress. And I hope that she does a lot. I think this was a great depiction of an under-resourced, whatever euphemism you want to use for poor Black people, neighborhood.
Yes.
But it was actually a neighborhood. Like, I thought there were narrative moves that were made that I thought were really smart. Like, like there's never a moment where, as you say, the main antagonist, Kango, is the unseeable, unknowable kingpin, and there's a mystery about Vicaria. They all know each other.
Of course.
There's a moment where something happens.
They're all within 20 feet of each other.
They're all with each other, and they say, Vicaria? Is that you? And as you said, this gang leader, Kango, makes these narrative moves that aren't, like, he's not Nino Brown.
No.
Just because of the nature of his profession, just because the nature of the economic framework of this community, he is the drug dealer. He is he is a criminal. But he operates in a way that is understandable.
Yes.
I think as a riff on the Frankenstein stories, you said you didn't read the novel, but you've seen the movies, and I think just sort of as a pop culture phenomenon, everyone knows the generalized beats of Frankenstein. There are these hints that Vicaria is the mad scientist. And I love that. Like, there's a very graphic scene of her sewing up bodies that I like the fact that story didn't back away from that aspect of the Frankenstein mythos. Like, there should be a bit of body horror. There should be a bit of acknowledgement that she is utilizing this meat. There's a moment early on where she wants to scare off a child from where she is working,
right?
Where she displays a bit of the mania that I like in Frankenstein, and I loved all of that. I think where I moved from love to like, honestly, is that he didn't lean into the Frankenstein as much as I wanted him to. You know, whether you read the book or you've seen the movies, I think the thing that is consistent in both Mary Shelley's book and the movies, as you said, Frankenstein is the monster.
Right.
Because this creating life is an affront to God. So that very quickly, whether you're talking about the most famous version with Boris Karloff, or you're talking about the novel, very quickly you see that the doctor is the one.
Right.
Who is the real monster.
Exactly.
And that the creature is an innocent in all of this.
That's the sympathetic figure.
And the decision to make the raised monster, in this case, the body of her brother, into almost, speaking of horror movies, a Michael Myers Halloween character, I found disappointing. And what I always say about disappointment is that kind of built into disappointment is a compliment. Because if I'm disappointed in you, that means that I had greater expectations. Like, there are some people that I'm never disappointed in because I have no expectations of them whatsoever. So if I'm disappointed in you, that means that I thought you could do better. And so much of this film, the pieces are there. Like, I love the fact that this film, similarly to another film that we watched that we both loved, See You Yesterday, really is about the trauma that so many of us deal with, and particularly children, and frankly, particularly girls, who deal with the aftermath of the violence that so many of our communities see. And then how do I deal with that? How do I reconcile with that? And I love these.
I'm sorry, just real quick. I don't want to lose that thread. Why did you say particularly girls dealing with that?
Because I think when we talk about boys, we are oftentimes at the site of the violence.
Right.
Gun violence, drug violence, this violence, that violence. And when we talk about it, you know, someone died in a shootout. Someone died because of a deal gone by. And then the people who are left to pick up the pieces are often mothers, sisters, grandmothers. Like it's the women who have to pick up the pieces.
Right. I got you. Okay.
So that whether, again, we're talking about See You Yesterday, and these are both younger sisters that have to deal with this thing that happened to their brothers. And I wanted more of that. Like I wanted more of that. Like there's a decision that they make because like you, I'm going to land on, I think people should see this, so I don't want to spoil things. But there's a decision that they make that the film starts after she's already been stealing bodies.
Yes.
And I thought that was a missed opportunity to show just how this trauma has affected her. Like she's stealing bodies and doing these experiments with bodies. She stole her brother's body. Like a plot point that comes up very early, so it's not a spoiler, is that they've not had a proper funeral for her brother.
Because somebody took the body.
She stole the body.
Yeah, and nobody knows who
nobody knows it.
Right.
So I thought, again, this is an opportunity to show just how traumatized this young woman is. I love the fact she is very young. Like, I don't know if she's a junior in high school.
Yeah.
At most, she's a sophomore. So it's such a striking image to see this very young girl kind of dealing with all that. And I thought that was, that was a missed opportunity. Having said that, a lot of that, again, this is now the bulk of the film where again, this raised monster becomes a Michael Myers monster bit, and now she is trying to fix it instead of she is the Frankenstein figure being the monster. I thought the last 15 minutes actually crackled.
Yep.
Like, actually, like there is something that happens in the last 10, 15 minutes that retroactively I thought made this film great. And for a film that I love the beginning, I actually love this concept. Story makes a narrative move that I wouldn't have made, but if I should make my own movie, this is movie. But I thought it absolutely nailed and stuck the landing. So that, like you, I end up really liking this film too. Yeah.
I do want to mention, you talk about the scene of where she is stitching the bodies together.
Yeah, oh yeah.
And it's a very graphic scene.
Yeah.
Very graphic.
And she's all but chuckling like a mad scientist.
She is.
Yeah.
My one note about that scene, though, is as smart and aware as she is, she did all of that with no gloves.
Well,
No, I don't know. She is picking in dead brains.
That's the part that bothers you?
It's a note.
So raising people from the dead, you ride with that, but it wasn't hygienic enough for you?
Well, first of all,
she get a little something under her nails.
Look, we talk about wanting movies, the characters to act at the height of the intelligence that they show on the screen.
I like some hand sanitizer.
This person could bring people back to life. She's made a makeshift laboratory inside this abandoned building.
Right.
She's jury rigged.
I was about to say, she like in the Bronx in 1978 about to throw a party.
Right. She's
sticking it in the light.
Turning on lights, the lights are flickering, people microwaves are going off. It's like everything's going off.
I expect a Special K to be on the turntables.
that is a person who would wear gloves before she sticks her hand. She is literally holding a heart, Vincent.
She was holding a heart.
With no gloves.
That's the part that's your note.
It's a note.
It's a note.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. If I was with Shudder, who produced this, that would be my note.
We need to reshoot this or maybe fix it in post.
Can we get at least one scene?
Do like a green screen and put the gloves on her? Something.
Yes.
Something with the gloves.
I'll give you $5,000 of special effects to turn
just that moment.
Put the gloves on.
Some gloves on. Okay.
At least on the heart.
At least on the heart. That bothered you the most.
It's a note. I'm not saying it bothered me.
Okay.
It's a note.
Okay.
I have a note for it.
You have a note. All right.
That is my note.
Sure.
Okay. That's all. It's a note. I still like the film.
Yeah, I know. But I liked it, much like you also really, really liked the character Kango.
Yeah, who knew?
I really liked him
I said
as an antagonist.
I said that to say who knew. I want to look up exactly who that actor, because he actually was so good that
that is Denzel Whitaker.
Denzel Whitaker.
Mm-hmm.
He is so good because he's not an imposing figure, physically.
Right.
And to your point, you can definitely tell by virtue of like that this is just this one little like project, a housing development that he's sitting in the middle of.
Yeah.
So he definitely, in this drug world, he's middle management.
Yeah, oh yeah, absolutely.
Right? But he is still, menacing.
Yeah.
Intelligent.
Yeah.
A leader of his men.
Yeah.
And captivating all at the same time.
Oh, absolutely.
And even when his character does take a turn at the end, he wins a heart in a way, you know? I mean, I'm like, yo, as opposed to the one guy who literally went down with his sword.
But in his defense, I like the fact that the source of his anger.
That's true.
Was his brother getting killed.
That's very true. That's very true.
Like he wasn't like none of these characters were just these cookie cutter.
Yeah, there were no one knew.
Drug dealer, gold teeth, drinking a 40.
Yeah, yeah.
Like these were, again, you get the sense all of these people know each other.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Well, what you do is you get the sense that
this is a neighborhood.
But Bomani J. Story wrote real people.
Yeah.
And even in this fanciful story, it all begins with having real people. And you have to have a real person. You have to have a real person like Vicaria because you want to be sympathetic for her.
Yeah.
You don't want to get died down into the ethics of what she's doing.
Yeah. Well, again, I love the message. And again, I immediately thought about See You Yesterday.
Oh, yeah, yeah. Because that's the movie I thought the tone would be.
I love the message that you can't fix this.
Mm-hmm.
Time travel, raising corpse from the dead, that's not going to fix this trauma. That's not going to fix this situation. Yeah. I understand why you think it will, but it's not.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah.
Wow. Interesting. That was also kind of like the story of the Marvel series Ironheart to a degree.
Look, again, I think Ironheart is a perfect text to add to this because I do think we talk about the violence, we talk about, again, all of these challenges, and we tend to focus on men and boys.
Yeah.
Men get hurt, this, that, and other. Boys get pulled into this, that, and the other. And certainly, not to say that women don't have to deal with violence personally and it affects them. But I do think, again, these three texts, like you said, and now you fold in Ironheart, you have these three young women grappling with trauma.
Yeah.
And doing it in a way other than a way that's actually going to be effective.
Mm-hmm.
And then everything kind of goes from there. Yeah, poor Ironheart sold her soul to the devil.
I know. I don't
know if we're going to get another season.
I know.
I'm like, we just Riri and just sold her soul to the devil. Like, that's it. That's it.
I'm looking here on the chat. I see George Cremona said, Len, don't ever watch The Nick. I actually have watched The Nick. I've watched both seasons of The Nick. I enjoyed the hell out of that show.
I don't even know what that is.
That's the show with Andre Holland and Clive Owens about the a New York hospital in the, I guess it's like the late 18th.
Oh, is that the old-timey show? Right, Andre Holland is old-timey Negro doctor.
Yeah.
Right.
It's a good show, though. What the hell was it's not.
I have very little tolerance for old-timey white people.
But it's a.
Let me guess. He's a very good doctor, but he spends the whole time trying to prove his worth to these people that don't believe that he's capable.
Is there part of that? Of course, but no, that's not the show. That's not the show.
I'm talking about Andre Holland's role in it.
No.
Does he go home?
No, because he quickly does prove his worth. Now, does he have to fight for his place?
Sure.
Yes, he does. But he has his own demons that he is fighting. As well. But the show primarily revolves around Clive Owen's character.
Okay.
Who's got a boatload of demons that he's dealing with. Sure. It was a good show. Y'all
don't want no parts of it, do
No, I don't think you would. I don't think you would stick with it.
I can go like 1972 with white people.
I don't think you would stick with
1972 white people.
That's as far back as you go.
As far back as I'm going. 1972. That damn Don Draper seduced me.
You didn't like Mad Men?
I'm saying that was my one exception.
That's excellent.
Like Mad Men pulled me in, that damn Don Draper. But besides that, I go 1972.
Ah, Vincent.
Yeah, because before 1972, yeah, I'm not. Yeah.
Oh, come on, Vince.
They're gonna be saying some. Yeah, they're gonna be saying some wild shit, huh? I don't have to do that. Hey, Smokey, bring me a hamburger.
They don't say that.
I don't gotta do this.
They don't say that. That doesn't happen in this at all.
We don't want no colors in this malt shop. Yes, I don't.
They don't. Well, they don't say colors.
Well, exactly. I'm trying to keep it cute. Who let the moon crickets on the golf course?
Look, it was New York. They didn't say moon crickets.
I don't know if anyone's ever said that except Pat Nixon and Black Dynamite. You know, that's my favorite racial slur of all time.
Moon crickets?
Moon cricket. She called Black Dynamite a moon cricket.
Moon cricket.
I said, Pat Nixon is on some old fourth dimensional racism. She called him a moon cricket.
Oh, God. Oh, man. I was just watching. What was I just watching? And this guy called this black person. Oh, I can't remember.
And remember, within our gates, the woman called us lumberjacks. She said black people were something in lumberjacks. Remember she said, because remember the nice lady wanted to donate money to the black school. And then the woman said, you shouldn't waste your money on them. And she called us like something in lumberjacks. It's like, lumberjacks? What kind of racial slur is lumberjack? So lumberjacks and moon crickets.
Oh, I know what it was. I can't remember what I was watching. I think it was old timey.
It was some white people before 1972, wasn't it?
It was old timey. But this guy referred to a black guy as, what did he called him Stovetop.
Yeah, see, I had to subject myself to that.
I think it was Stovetop.
Or Chimney Sweep. Was it British?
It wasn't Chimney Sweep.
It was because I Chimney Sweep.
It wasn't. Was it Chimney Sweep?
Was it British?
It was British.
It was probably Chimney Sweep.
It probably was.
It was Chimney Sweep. We called him Chimney Sweep. Yeah, that's old school. That's old school British.
Chimney Sweep. It probably was Chimney Sweep.
Come on, old Chimney Sweep. Remember the Savage Children into Sir with Love called. That's what they.
That's
used to,
what it was.
They used to call Sidney. Yeah,
that's what it was. We were watching To Sir with Love.
Sir with Love. Hey, Chimney Sweep.
They call him Chimney Sweep.
Call him Chimney Sweep. Ask him when he cut his hand, does ink come out?
That's
Yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Yes, we just watched that movie again.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Mark Thackeray had to civilize these savages.
Sit down.
Sit down. This is a fork. We call these napkins.
You ladies should be ashamed of yourselves.
You ladies should be ashamed of yourselves.
Open up those windows and get that stench
out of my room. I'm Mark Thackeray. I'm here to civilize you savages. Call blimey, governor. What's that? We call this a salad. But the question is, I love To Sir with Love. That's that work right there, To Sir with Love.
Oh,
Mark Thackeray couldn't get a job as an engineer, so he had to civilize these British savages, listening to rock music and wearing mini skirts.
Yeah, but what was that dance he was doing? Remember when he dances with the girlfriend?
Because he don't want really,
It's all like this.
The question is, would you recommend The Angry Black Girl and Her Monster?
Absolutely. Absolutely. I would recommend it. We try very hard not to spoil it, even though it is the Frankenstein story. But it is an excellent, excellent film. And you're right. It does get a little graphic. I got a funny feeling with Shudder being one of the producers that may have been like, one of the things they got to do, because it was for their like streaming channel. So, hey, we need a certain level of blood and guts in there. But that was notwithstanding, I think that it is a film that you could probably watch with kids 13, 14 years old.
I was thinking a strong 12.
12?
I think strong 12 and
okay.
Up. I definitely could have. Well, of course, my father had me watching The Exorcist when I was 7. So
you could have watched.
Maybe I'm not the best judge.
I don't know about 12.
All right, but definitely 13.
Yeah, get a teen in there. Get a teen in there.
Yeah.
And, that way, you ask the right questions if need be.
Yeah.
But, yes, I would wholeheartedly recommend The Angry Black Girl and Her Monster.
I agree. I hesitate to say I don't think I liked it as much as you did, but I did like it a lot. I'll say I liked it a lot, and certainly I'll be keeping an eye on everyone involved.
Oh yeah,
in this film,
most certainly.
Yeah, very much. And for a depressing double feature, I'd watch this with See You Yesterday.
You know what? You're saying that, and you're right. You're right. It would be a depressing double feature. The crazy thing is that this one is probably the uplifting one.
This one is more uplifting
than we See You Yesterday.
Oh, because that poor baby is probably still on that hamster wheel.
I know. I know. All right.
On that note, $5.
$5. That's all. $5. You could join us on Patreon, where I'm going to see if I can convince Vincent to do a video of him doing Mark Thackeray's dance from To Sir with Love. Will you do that for Patreon?
Sir, come in. If we graduate, would you dance with me? She was so inappropriate with him.
She was. He was trying to keep a distance.
He was doing his thing, but
he was trying to keep a distance.
Right.
But then
Lulu was out of control.
No, that wasn't Lulu.
Oh, that wasn't Lulu. That was a little blonde-haired girl.
Hair, yeah.
Because her mother was also sniffing around Mark Thackeray.
No, her mother wasn't. You're thinking about the other teacher.
Right, who looked like her mother. She could have been her mother.
No, all the blondes in here.
All the blondes
wanted Sidney Poitier.
Right. And remember the old lady at the fruit stand who gave him free fruit?
Oh, yes.
I don't think she was just talking about fruit.
Oh, never mind her. The old ladies that were on the bus in the beginning of the movie.
Right.
Oh, I like to stick out this way, girl.
Oh. I don't understand what you're saying, but it sounds nasty.
Oh, it definitely was. It definitely was. She was squeezing his leg and everything.
Oh, no.
Now, on that note. That is our review of The Angry Black Girl and Her Monster. Before we tell you what we're going to be reviewing next week, I invite you to follow the Micheaux Mission. 2 men, 1 podcast. Every black film ever made. You can go to micheauxmission.com and you can check out all of our past shows. You can see our special events, which coming up, sure enough, October 22nd, Wednesday, October 22nd at Bryn Mawr Film Festival. The Micheaux Mission returns along with Stephanie Watts of the Be Real Black Cinema Club for the Be Real Micheaux screening series as we present Death by Temptation on the big screen, one night only. Tickets on sale right now at brynmarfilm.org. You can follow the Micheaux Mission on the social media of your choice, whether it be Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, at Micheaux Mission. Find the Micheaux Mission wherever you find podcasts, Apple, Spotify, and on YouTube, where you can subscribe, hit the bell, and be notified of when we go live or when we put up all of our new videos and shorts that we put up all week long. The Micheaux Mission is also a proud member of the Believe Podcast Network. Believe, BLEAV.com. Every sport, every topic, everywhere. Just like the Micheaux Mission, which streams live every Tuesday night at 7 p.m. from Young Junk, Philadelphia's premier video podcast palace. Go to youngjunk.com and get yourself booked in one of their fabulous studios. They've got everything that you need for podcasting. They've got cameras, they've got microphones, they've got producers, they've got cords, they got teleprompters, they've got water. They've got it all. The only thing that they don't have are Jolly Ranchers. Can we get some Jolly Ranchers? Preferably apple. Do you like apple Jolly Ranchers?
So ethnic.
What do you mean ethnic? I didn't say blackberry. I just said apple.
I mean, I do like an apple Jolly Rancher.
Thank you. So can we get some Jolly
brand?
I got some people ethnic.
Do white people eat apple Jolly Ranchers? I honestly thought that was the black people flavor.
I'm sure everybody eats the apple. If anything, it's probably cherry that they think is the black people.
Right.
But no,
it's apple.
Like apple.
Okay.
You're not helping.
Where was I? Cricket.
Stovetop. I like that more than chimney sweep.
Chimney sweep.
I like stovetop.
Stovetop.
I'm call you stovetop.
Stovetop.
Where was I? Oh, yeah. Meanwhile, Terry's over there, right in the middle of my plug. Like, damn. Yes, junkjunk.com. Check it out. All right. Next week here on the Micheaux Mission, we return with Vincent's selection for our stop in BOO-tober. And we have a film that not only deals with scares, but it deals with identity and race and everything in between. Next week, We Strangers, right here in BOO-tober on the Micheaux Mission.
That Kirby Hal Batiste.
Okay. Until then, he's Vincent, I'm Len. In parting, we say,
we'll see you when it's time to meet again.
Young Junk!